Hey guys, we are going to be doing another BU video, and I'm not going to edit this video because I want to ask you guys, if I do edit, what things should I edit out? Because my problem is that I edit like majority of my personality, it just goes bye-bye because I edited it out. And it's because I feel like, oh, that was like not necessarily something stupid to say, but more like I just repeated myself about 15 times. So I need your guys' help to kind of help me figure out what I should edit from my videos, if I should edit, all that kind of stuff. It would mean the world to me. So anyway, I'm just going to get started with this video. So welcome to another BU video. I don't know if I already said that, but anyway, this one is going to be about pressure, specifically peer pressure, and then on Sunday I'm going to talk about pressure from family or like people you look up to. So peer pressure is interesting to me, and I think it will always be interesting to me because I was not really one of those people who like gave in to peer pressure. I was never someone who was like, oh, all my friends are doing that, so I'm gonna do that too. And I think I don't know if I edited out this story, but I think in one of my BU stories I talked about my friend that was like cutting, and then all her friends started cutting. Okay, so yeah, I was never one of those people. I didn't hop on board that train, and there was a lot of trains that I never hopped on board. So I was not like someone who kind of like gave in to peer pressure, and I think that it's really easy to give in to peer pressure, but at the same time, I really don't understand how you could give in to peer pressure. And I think the reason why I feel that way is because I'm someone who is very strong-willed, and my hair was bothering me, I'm sorry. I'm someone who's very strong-willed and very like, you know, like I'm gonna do this whether people like it or not, or kind of like that. Like one thing you should know about me is I am constantly, 100% of the time, thinking about how something I do is gonna affect someone else. And like if there was a situation one time within my family where I kind of weighed out the pros and cons of what would happen, and I thought I was doing something that was really good and, you know, productive, but it ended up being really bad because I didn't see it from their side and they didn't see it from my side. So like all my intentions were good, but it ended up like being a very bad situation. But basically what I'm saying, see, I go off on tangents, you guys. But basically what I'm saying is that, like, it's because I'm someone who's constantly thinking about people's feelings, constantly thinking about how people are going to react to things, constantly thinking about the consequences of things. I was never someone to be like, oh, they're smoking, I'm going to smoke too, or oh, they're doing drugs, I'm going to do drugs too. I was never that person, and I think that, I mean, there were times where I thought about it because, like, I wanted to fit into a certain group, but then I thought about it, and I'm like, no. So I just kind of wanted to give my own personal tips of, like, beating peer pressure, I guess. Number one is, if you don't want to do it, don't do it. And it doesn't, in my opinion, it doesn't matter why you don't want to do it. If you really honestly don't want to do it, and I'm talking about you, not like someone told you you shouldn't do it. I'm talking about whether you think it's right to do or not. Then don't do it. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. That's the bottom line, honestly. Don't do it if you don't want to do it. And that was something that I struggled with when it came to guys and sex and stuff, was like, I didn't because I'm someone who likes to think about consequences and everything, but also I'm someone who has a really hard time saying no. And that's like a huge problem that I have. Not anymore, but it's something I used to really struggle with because it's hard to say no, especially since I like to help people. And what a lot of specifically guys did in high school was they would make something seem so like I was helping them so much with something or something like that, and basically they would use me and then move on. And that was pretty painful, you know, because it's like, I thought, you know, I thought we were gonna be together, or I thought we were gonna like have a friendship at least, or, you know, I thought I was helping you in some way, and then you're just gonna like walk away. Like, really? Screw you, dude. So Don't be afraid to say no if you don't want to do it. Even if you're being so pressured, just walk away from the situation, say no. Especially if someone's pressuring you to, like, have sex or kiss somebody or even make fun of somebody. If you're not comfortable doing it, then don't do it. Don't do it, because the consequences of doing things that you don't want to do are, like, way worse than the benefits of it. Like, yeah, you might get accepted into that friend group, but do you really want to get accepted into a friend group that's picking on people all the time? Do you really want to get accepted into a friend group that might just turn around and be like, oh, screw you, dude? No. So if any friends are pressuring you to do something that you really don't want to do, or it's against your beliefs or something like that, then don't do it and quit being friends with those people. And that's another good point, I think, is that, you know, when you're friends with people and, like, they're, you know, I see this a lot with, I think specifically, I'm going to say I see this a lot with guys. Like, so I've known a couple guys who were, like, a part of these big groups of people who would just totally rip apart other people. Like, they were just totally mean. And I've seen guys be like, I'm not cool with that. I'm not down with that, you know. And then they end up eventually joining the clan that's, like, totally ripping apart other people. And I just think, why? Why'd you just do that? And I think that before you even let it get to that situation, you just need to walk away and leave it be and all that. This is getting kind of rambly, I'm sorry. But yeah, so, you know, don't be afraid to say no if you don't want to do something. In fact, no is totally okay to say. And if someone makes you feel bad for saying no, then screw them. Seriously, screw them. They're, you know, don't literally screw them, but you know what I mean. Just be like, well, fine, screw you. I'm out. Leave. And don't talk to those people again or anything, because they're just going to make you feel bad that you said no, and you should not feel bad for saying no. There was a specific situation that happened, and there was this guy, I don't remember what his name is, but he was like a redhead. And I was hanging out with one of my best friends, and she was like a heavy smoker, and I've never smoked anything, so you know, she was like this really heavy smoker. So we went to this area where everybody was smoking, you know, and this guy was like, do you wanna smoke? And I'm like, no. Then he's like, are you sure? It's, like, cool. And I was like, it's not cool. I don't want to smoke. And then he's like, oh, come on, you can smoke. And I'm like, nope. And he's like, come on, baby, just smoke a little bit. And I'm like, nope. And then finally my friend was just like, she said no. Like, what don't you get about that? So that's another thing. Surround yourself with positive friends. People who, if you're not comfortable doing something, they're just going to be like, okay, cool. You know, there's no reason for you to feel pressured to do things. And so surround yourself with good people who aren't going to make you feel uncomfortable if you don't want to do something. Because it's not fair to just be like, it's not fair for them to make you feel bad because you don't want to do something that they want to do, especially if it's totally stupid. So there is one time that I did give in to peer pressure, and I totally forgot about this. But one of my friends, she was like really upset one night, and she, you know, her sister had bought alcohol. This was a long time ago, you guys, like in middle school. And I was just like, you know, I didn't want to drink at all, but I was really worried because she's someone who struggles with depression and stuff, so I didn't want her to do anything stupid. And I just felt like, you know, she was gonna drink, and, you know, basically it felt like if I wanted to stay over, I had to drink with her. And it's not really necessarily because she made me feel that way, it was just like the situation itself made me feel that way. And, you know, yeah, that's the one time that I think I've given in to, like, pressure. And it wasn't necessarily pressure from her, it was just like pressure of the situation. And that's another thing, don't let situational pressures get to you. Just, you know, if you're not comfortable with the situation, try to get out of it. If you can't get out of it, then that's bad. I don't really know what to do in that situation. But you can always say no, and you can always walk away. And if they like continue to bug you about it, then get help. Like, call 911 or call a teacher or call a parent, because there is no right for people to harass you to do things you don't want to do. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Anyway, this is about 10 minutes long, so I'm gonna stop there. And yeah, hopefully you liked my unedited rambling video, and I just wanted to let you guys know that I really appreciate everyone who's been supporting me. And basically what I'm trying to say with this video is, if you're being pressured to do something you don't want to do and you really don't want to do it, say no first. If that doesn't work, walk away. And if that doesn't work, get help. And the bottom line is, if anybody's pressuring you to do something you don't want to do, stop being their friend. Like, do yourself a favor, stop being their friend. Because I've been friends with people who do this to me, and they just constantly do it because they know that, like, I'm really nice and I'll do a lot for people. So, you know, like, when it's hard to say no, then, you know, you just keep saying yes, and then you kind of get used over and over, and that's not cool. So yeah, hopefully this video made sense. This is kind of just for you guys to help me out too. So yeah, let me know what, like, when I edit my videos, what kind of things I should edit out, what kind of things I should keep, and that kind of stuff, and that would help me out a lot. And I might refilm this video, you know, in the future to be a little bit more on point and specific, but I just wanted to do this because editing is one of my biggest struggles when it comes to YouTube. So yeah, please help me out, and I will see you guys in my next video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. I love you guys so much, and yeah, thank you guys. Bye.